Patreon. It started at $5 per month for the first 20 members. We go really in depth in each trade idea, setups, technical analysis, right down to the basics. And each and every day, I put out a video. So I'd love to have you join me there. It's only $5. I also want to talk about this market, this turnaround. The breadth is wonderful. We've seen it every single day. We had one pause day in between to where things were a little bit iffy and we didn't know what was going to happen next. But then the market kept going, turned around, and it just confirmed what we have been talking about. So let's just get down into the charts at this point. So let me get myself off the screen. All right. Welcome to Options Tender. It is Friday after the bell, 4:53. It's 7/23/21. We're getting towards the end of this month, you guys. Something just a little bit different. I wanted to start off with the SPX options expected move because it's so important, but I usually end off the video with it. And I don't know if everybody watches the video all the way through, but I just want to show you how good the options market can depict what's happening during the week and just give you a big picture of what's going on in the market. Okay, then we'll go through our regular broadcast and we'll go through SPX, SPY, VIX, and ES. And then for Patreon members, we'll continue the video on, go in depth with the NASDAQ, small caps, Dow. And then we have, we're going to do, let's see, Chewy, GameStop, Fulgent, FLGT. Fulgent, I believe it's pronounced, and Snow. What we have looking forward to those and what triggers we have, and go in depth there as well. We've been working on those all week. Okay, so SPX expected move. We have this week we have a 57-point move to the upside or 57-point move to the downside. Last week was a little bit larger. I believe it was 71 points. We fully hit both ends of the spectrum. That's an amazing movement there. So we had our pullback, came right down to expected move, which coordinated with the 50-day moving average on the daily. And we completely reversed full speed in 1 week and reached all-time highs. So this week, the expected move is a little bit smaller, and that's because of VIX. Volatility has subsided after such a big move, so the expected move is a little bit smaller. Now, do I think we're going to hit this upside? Yeah, I do, but this isn't here to predict which way we go. It's just kind of a playing field for the week and what we're going to do. If we touch one side, that typically just shows kind of the kind of what's happening. Back here, I'd like to show this. I've shown this a few times. We were going sideways, and the options expected move showed that we didn't even touch each end most of the time. We just stayed right in it. It showed how tight we were getting. We came down, and ever since then didn't look back. Okay, so how do you I'll actually just I'll pin the video up top here on let's see, 3 minutes 50 seconds. We just take the options expected move, we go to the SPX, the trade tab, and we go to Friday, which is the 30th, bring that up. That's 57 points to the plus side or downside. So it's not anything that I made up. It's just the options market puts it out there for you. And you on Friday, we actually hand draw these in there. So I drew those just before this video. And then all I did was take the end of the week, which is 4411.79, brought out my calculator and added 57 points to each side. Okay, that's how we get those bars. Real simple. All right, let's move on. Start off the week how we usually do. Weekly SPX. Go to the week time frame. All right, working on wave 5. We have a huge reversal here. So last week, I was going to leave it on there. We named this market has great breadth. So the breadth of the market has been pinned to the upside I believe almost every single day except for one, where we had almost a pause day. So last week we had what we thought might have been a reversal candle. We had a little bit of cloud cover, and then we followed through down to the downside and immediately kicked back up to make all-time highs. So that just shows you how resilient this market is. It's it's insane. We love it. You know, we're in a bull market, guys. We're in a bull market. That's why I wasn't worried about my swings. I said that in last week's video. I put on a bunch of swings, and this is why. Okay, so a lot of them are still yet to play out. They're in the money, but they're so new that you know the calls that were sold have not deteriorated any. So we're waiting for next week. Maybe we can get some of those closed out. Okay, so on the MACD, still running sideways. You know, we're trying to show a little divergence there, but really we're just moving sideways, grinding, and price action is moving up, and that's what's the arbiter. Okay, trend is our friend on the daily. What's happening here? We have a couple things going on. So on the SP or on the ES, we show on the daily that we have a 1 2 1 2. All right, that's really, really bullish. That's my most bullish scenario that's happening right now. But on this one, I'm just a little bit more conservative. I have the two counts for a reason, just so I keep paying attention to both. But this one shows that we had our 1 2 3 4, and we're just starting a brand new 1 2, and now we're working on wave 3. The other one has a 1 2 1 2 and working on wave 3, which means we're going to end up much, much higher. Okay, so we'll keep both of those in account and keep that in the back of our mind. We do this each and every day, at least with the Patreon. So please hit that notification button. We'll get these updates to you often on free videos as well. Okay, what happened here? Here's the wave 1, which also is end of wave 5, but here's our in red. Let me pull this down a little bit. You can't see the red. So in red, we have a wave 1 and wave 2, right back to 61.8 retracement. And so that gives us a real good probability that's a wave 1 and wave 2, pulling back that far right on the golden ratio. Okay, so that's a 1-2 setup. I say it all the time there's the options guys. That's a free Discord that I'm involved with. I put in 1-2 setups all the time. Some work out, some do not, but at least we know exactly when it does not work out. You know, this candle would have been, when we saw that come back to this ratio, 618 golden ratio, we knew that our stop was right underneath this candle. If we would have went the other way, we'd have been stopped out and we'd have had a minimal loss. Okay. Also on the daily, we have the look at this. I said this last week. We had the MACD. It was possible that because we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, that we were trying to make another higher low, and we're doing that. We're actually crossing right now. We don't have anything on the histogram, so we're right dead on it. They're going to leave us hanging for the week, but we'll find out next week what's happening. On the RSI comes down right around that 40 area. It's did it here. It's done it here. It did it again here, and we're breaking to the upside again. So that's a great spot to pay attention to on the RSI. We're in a bull market, and we're not getting below 40 at this point. Okay, so I mentioned that we're on wave 3 with a bullish engulfing on the weekly, a Maribosi candle. Just to follow through here on Friday. We'll see what kind of candle we get on Monday. That'll be very important. But what I think that we're going to get, it's probably going to be very similar. Let me move over just a little bit. It's a wave 3, so we're probably going to get a nice long series of green candles with just a few pause or maybe a little bit of pullback in between. So if you look at this wave 3 here, the bottom of a wave 2 pullback, and it seemed like it never stopped, and you had some stuff in between and just grinding to the side at this point, but the individual names were still moving. So that's why it's going to be so important for our swings. We have plenty of time, if this works out the same way, for our swings to work out. Okay, and we're above all the MAs. We regained when we came back down underneath this rising pivot, and also the 20 and the 8 MA. We bursted right back above it. So we're just bullish on all the indicators at this point. The only caveat at this point would be, let's move over to the VIX. And now, if you follow this channel, that we've been watching this wedge. We actually threaten to break above the wedge, getting a little bit closer. We pull back after breaking down from the wedge, but we have not broken this support yet. This is a very important support. We're still here. This, to me, looks in a bullish posture to where we have a wave up, higher low, higher high, and we're trying to make a higher low here, and then we're just consolidating, ready to break out. So that's going to be in the back of my mind while thinking what's happening next week, watching price action. Okay, and let's move over to the spot, check out some volume. Now for our week, we had great volume right here on support, also the 50-day moving, and also the expected move. So wonderful volume to give us a reversal, good follow through with the volume. And volume's starting to taper off, which is pretty natural when you're moving this size. And we had a gap up and go, which gave us a little bit more volume than the day before. So that was a little bit of a pause candle, but we're looking bullish. Nothing wrong with volume. Let's go on the weekly, see if the volume did anything different. See, on this weekly volume, all this back here exceeded. So great volume. It really gives us confirmation that our move is real. Going to the ES. On the 65-minute, we use 65-minute candles, so each candle is even during the trading day. Now, we plotted this out with the Elliott wave, and it's just worked out perfect. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after 4, we started a brand new 5 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe we did the same thing here. It's too small for me to see, but this is probably the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way up here, and there's a good chance that this series of waves is over because we have a 5 of 5 of 5, and we can expect a pullback pretty soon. Now, it doesn't have to. When you get a 5-wave series here, this can be a brand new wave 1. So if we come back to a 618 from the bottom of this, let's consider it wave 1, to the top of this wave 1, if we come back to 43.67, and it coincides perfectly with this rising pivot, and we continue to bounce off here and move up, then we'll probably have a brand new series of waves from that point. That's just what happens in a bullish market. We'll continue to monitor this, and we'll take off some of these so we can focus on the golden zone. Now, to confirm that we had the wave 4 pullback here, I left this one on there. So we knew that we just started off a brand new series from the bottom of wave 4. We started off a series of waves 1. Well, we thought we did. So we put on the bottom here of wave 2 to the top of wave 2. I'm sorry, bottom of wave 2 to the top of wave 3. And we had our 38.2 pullback, which is very typical for a wave 4. It did. It happened perfectly. So we left that there, and we knew that we started off a new wave series where it could end at 5 waves. We didn't know it'd go this far, but that's it's pretty typical. We have the expected move right here. I didn't move those yet for next week, so we exceeded that just by a little bit, and you saw that on the beginning of the video. All right, so that's it for the free video. We're gonna move on to the members video. All right, thanks for joining us here at Options Center. You guys stick around.